This is a battle in the Cup of Nations tournament. Silverwind of the Wolf Clan commanding Vandals, and Aggony Achilles The Hun commanding the Huns. This is the last battle that Achilles the Hun sent me from the Cup of Nations. So I have recorded 9 Hun games in a row with very similar builds against very similar armies, but I'm not bored yet, because I haven't... I mean, the Huns, it's fun seeing the Huns used in tournaments. Not fun for Achilles, I imagine, but he has his 5-step mounted tribespeople. He has 2 who are archers, 2-step bows. Then he has, of course, the War warriors and the boss foreign warriors. For the Vandals, we have Germanic Pike Center, Germanic Noble General. Then we have the standard Germanic Horsemen, 4 Germanic Horsemen, 5 Germanic Horsemen, 6 Germanic Horsemen, 2 gold and 1 gold. Then we have 3 Germanic Archers, 1 Noble Swaby Sword on each flank, so a total of 4 Noble Swaby Swords. And these units, boy oh boy, 64 armor, 149 health, 50 melee damage. These units are very pricey, but they are very good. However, of course, they do not have the 20 bonus against infantry, so they don't have quite the destructive power of War warriors. They do, however, have much more staying power than the War warriors, so they can get an impressive amount of kills. So at range here, the Germanic archers are going to do a ton of damage. If the Vandals, if Silverwind just manages to fire kite, then he can really ruin Achilles' day here. And the step mounted are taking damage here. Those are some nice burning sounds. Crackling. And Achilles is at a severe disadvantage here, because Achilles has to be the one to make the push. There is no reason for Silverwind to make the push. He can just stay and use all the ammo on his archers, and you can see the range on these Germanic archers is it's absolutely ridiculous. But Achilles has to move up, and now he is moving up with his Ur archers. Taking some damage on the way in, quite a lot of damage actually, because yep. The pikes in the center are going to allow Silverwind to focus his attentions on the flanks. Doing a lot of damage to the step mounted. The Germanic horsemen are going to stomp all over step mounted anyway. As long as, look at this over here. Step mounted just stopping, but now they got the charge. The Germanic horsemen taking a bit of fire here. The Noble Swaby Swords got stopped there by a few random horses. And in the blob though, the War warriors are going to do well. A bit of a problem developing over here for Achilles, but he sees it. He sees the Germanic horsemen and charges with step-mounted tribespeople. The step-mounted over here are taking a beating, but this Noble Swaby Sword has not counter-charged here. So the Germanic horsemen are taking a beating here. The Noble Swaby Swords here are doing a decent enough job. The general of the Steppe Chieftain should die here just to friendly fire and to fire from the Germanic archers. But yeah, these Germanic horse were left in for far too long. Now they're just going to die. The Noble Swaby Swords against 2 War warriors, the Noble Swaby Swords are going to die. Here we have a few step mounted that have taken their brave pills. Now they are coming back to the fight. Could do some more damage to these Germanic horsemen here. Here there are axes flying from the Noble Swaby Swords, doing damage to the back of the Uars. And these shield designs are very cool. It's a bit frustrating to see how poor some of the shield designs in the game are, and how amazingly cool some of the shield designs are. Like the UR shields, perfect. The Swebby shields here, the noble Swebby shields, perfect. But then we have most of the Nordic shields, or many of the Nordic shields, that are just horrible. The Bosforan shields are... Let's see if we can find some Bosforans. Yeah, the Bosforan shields are also, in my opinion, perfect. Simple, very striking, they make the unit stand out. Dark, gritty warriors, looks awesome. So while I have been talking about shield fashion, the noble Swebby swords are getting beat down by the much cheaper UR warriors. And there is no reason why UR warriors should have a bonus against infantry. With their 50 melee damage, they already have the best swords in the game. Just remove the bonus on infantry for UR warriors. 50 melee damage is more than enough. It essentially puts them between a two-handed axe and a normal sword. But again, as I'm talking here, the Huns are actually doing a really good job. Both with skirmishing and having a lot of infantry left. It's not going to be easy. There is no cavalry left for the Huns, but the Huns do have the skirmishers needed to kill the pikes, kill the remaining Germanic archers here.
Our men have regrouped.
The ancestors see us today. Make them.
And here, this Germanic horse has no chance of making it into these skirmishers if they just stand and fire. They're getting wrecked. Well, they did make it in, but then they just routed, so they didn't really manage to do much. Did get a few kills. Pikes here chasing after the UR archers, which was a good idea, attacking them in the rear. Instead of just standing and taking the fire, I quite liked what he's doing here with the Germanic pikes.
Understood.
But yeah, this is it's just prolonging the inevitable here. It's not going to be easy for the Vandals to do anything about this situation at all.
Back, warriors, back!
The men are broken and running for their lives.
Germanic noble general still alive though.
The enemy have rallied their units.
But he's basically done nothing, and these Bosforan warriors are ideal units to go in and kill pikes frontally. Because of their low charge, high armor, high health, they can just plow through the pikes from the front. And we are very close to a chain rout, I think. The step bows and the URs just pouring in the fire. Now the Bosforan warriors turn around to face the Germanics, and these URs are in position to just destroy the Germanics and destroy the Germanic pike. So this is the end of the battle, the last of the 9 battles Achilles sent me. Quite fun seeing the Huns against the different kinds of opponents. And I think overall Achilles has found one of the most effective ways to use the Huns. It's going to center around the UR archers and being able to deal with the enemy cavalry. Now, as for the Vandals here and Silverwind, again, I do not like bringing good melee infantry against the Huns. The reason for that is that the Huns are going to be able to do it better with their UR warriors. So defeating the Huns is about defeating the cavalry, defeating the skirmishers, and then using skirmishers and cavalry to defeat the URs. And luckily, defeating the cavalry of the Huns, very easy. Against the Huns, more Germanic archers would probably be a good idea. And I don't think you need the pikes actually against the Huns. It's not really that useful because they don't have the good cavalry you need to be afraid of. Strength and armor.